again. Today we're doing the 3 sheep difficulty. Yesterday was the 2 sheep, and I think I missed a day, so 2 days before that was these ones. We've got generic levels, levels with springs, and levels with custom shapes. So this is the first level that has literally no static joints, which in previous Polybridge games just meant you lose, because you can't place anything, but in this one they can have pre-placed things and you can place stuff off of them. This one there's floating roads and you have to brace yourself against the wall. The craziest thing they've had it in previous games, in at least one of the 2 previous games. This one's got, so this truck's carrying a car, he goes to the center here. Then there's a hydraulic phase, and this car goes, while this guy continues onto his flag. Then there's a hydraulic phase, and the other car goes. So I just built this simple thing that's going to raise this up to here, and this up to here. And you raise this one up when this guy goes, and raise this one up, and bring this one down when that guy goes. Lots of steel. I think this solution I was still trying to beat it on my first try for some kind of chat prediction, but I put steel everywhere and just couldn't think of where I'm going to use 40,000 more dollars. So, all the planes, then all the cars. Funny little planes, so I build a tension bridge. This top bridge does wobble a little, and you'll see while it's playing, but whatever. Yeah, whatever. Little wobble, yep. Let's see, we get a hydraulic phase, and then all boats, and then a hydraulic phase, and the cars. So, naturally, we're just gonna yank our whole bridge out of the way. And put the whole bridge back. Does get to rather high stress, like almost 90 there. Definitely gonna have to find a cheaper solution for top 1%. This is only top 35%. Then we have a jump level. I spent like all my money. I'm gonna need a much better solution for top 1%. But hey, a little jump there. Woohoo! There he goes. Another level where it's hydraulic, all the boats, hydraulic, then the car, but it's not quite the same because the bridge is enormous. You can also easily go over the boats, but just to challenge myself... Oh, no, you can't change the road placement. You can't go over the boats. Oh god, no hydraulic might be a pain on this one. I'll have to find a way to just raise the bridge up, basically, and have these become like a ramp to get onto it. That's how I'm gonna have to do no hydraulic. Oh, I already hate it. But I wanted to do just one hydraulic, so we got this. There's a level in Polybridge 1 similar to this, and I'm pulling all 3 of them. You can see we get like 82% stress. I didn't need to make these bits steel, not even on this one, or any of these bits. But I think this one might be... No, that looks like rope to me. Yeah. It was a strong hydraulic. Another jump level. So this one, you don't have to get the checkpoints in order. You can do them in whatever order. You can make a big loop like normal, but that's no fun. You gotta save money. Very finicky solution. I don't remember how hard I was grinding this one, but it says I'm 26th. This one's going to be fun for no hydraulics. It's going to be like redraw from Polybridge 2. Yeah, I think this solution I was just trying to beat it first try without any iteration. That's why it's like so much more steel than you need. Speeding it up. First car goes all the way across, then there's hydraulics, then the other cars go, and then hydraulics again, and the first car. So you get 6 roads total. I, of course, wanted to challenge myself to do just one hydraulic. Always fun. Whoop. And then this car has to go back. So they unwhoop. This one's called out of order because this checkpoint's called A1 and this one's called A2, but they're both reverses. So if you go down here in reverse, you're going to be going left. Maybe that'll be the way Arglen does the level, I don't know. But what you actually do is you go out here and get A2 first, and it makes you reverse back to A1, and then you get the flag, so you have to build double roads. I don't know what the budget solution is going to look like on this. It's gotta look something like this. He also has way too much speed on the way back. Like if you bump your road anywhere, he hits this wall. He's going real fast. But of course, I'm not the budget solution. Ah, this one. So this level, you got 4 cars that just need to get across the gap in front of them, but your only static joint is one down here and one up here. So I had this car get its road, where it has a static joint, and this car get its road, where it has a static joint, and this big arm down to the bottom here, and this one's just gonna carry this guy, and this one's gonna carry this guy. Totally reasonable. I did want to grind for budget also. I was having some fun going for budget on this one. And this is still 14th. Yeah, someone's managed to get under half budget. I always like that. I don't think I was going for budget on this one. Not in the slightest. It's like steel, rope, 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 rope. This one must have just been going for it to work first try. Because it's not the stress solution either. Some of these would be cable in that case. Okay, both cars go, but this flag is like right up against the wall, so you need A2 to get in there first, and A2 is moving at a speed of 3, while A1's at a speed of 6. There were much easier ways to do this. But I wanted to make my mechanical solution work where this guy's gonna hit a catch and get stopped, and this guy's gonna pull the catch. Essentially the way this works, it's like one of those bottle lids where you like wrap the metal bit down so that when it's pushing up, it'll be pushing the wrong way. Like when this guy pushes this, the angle that this is at, it's trying to push down, but it can't move down, it can only move up. So when this guy trips the thing, it's just going to pull this little thing just a little, just to spring it up a bit, so that when this guy pushes, now it'll go forwards. Like one of those old bottle caps. Think. And then he gets out. Way more than this level needed. But I had fun making it. This one I was going for low stress, and I think if I just checked, I think it was this one. I'm still like number 4 on the stress leaderboard. Let's see, 48 is as high as it'll get for this giant car across this giant span. Apparently apparently there's a mod. I'm not using it yet, but once I start grinding for stress, I'll probably want to get it. 49.06, number 4 on stress. Okay, and that's that world, which means we're on to springs. There's a mod that will let you inspect how stressed each piece got, which, if you're trying to grind stress, the game will tell you if a piece breaks what the first piece to break was, but it doesn't tell you which piece got most stressed. So having a mod that does that. Oh, this one, I totally, like, this is a custom shape, not a background object. And I definitely just ran into it and was like, oh, that's a wall. And I definitely saw a lot of other people just run into it and like, oh, that's a wall. And then realize, oh, I'm supposed to jump to here, land like that, and then jump to the catch. Definitely just had to run into it to realize that. Everything goes at once. They show you this on the left. This, you can't change it or build in this area. And you're just supposed to build one over here. Where it is, dip down into the checkpoint. And so you get the same thing. On this one, it's a similar thing where they're going to show you on the left the way to do it, and then you make yours. So this just falls and the springs stop it from breaking, so you got to make another one. It's weird how the spring world ended up with so many pre-builds in it, but essentially, yeah, this thing's gonna come crash into this, and you gotta make something that catches them. Boink, nice backflip. We'll see that in regular speed. Boink. It does actually make a really nice backflip. So this one, the roads are pre-placed. This many of the roads. You can add extra ones, one extra road, and he needs to make it across but dip down enough to get the checkpoint there. So basically exactly what springs are for. The only real worry on this level is if the springs are too weak, then this can just bend out the other way. This level, this is separate custom shapes. So when you press play, this is going to fall, and your bridge needs to be able to survive the impact and be made at the correct angle for this guy to go across. So, tiny spring here, and a spring there. No big deal. Everything goes at once. Not really sure what the boat, maybe they just think the boat's pretty, but I don't think anyone's building here. You just build a catch. Doink. This guy does a flip. Skillful. This is very similar to a level from Polybridge 2. This one has to get the top star. This one has to get the bottom star. I think the level was literally just called Wibbly Wobbly. It wasn't the exact same. It's sort of like a combination of two different spring levels from Polybridge 2. I think I double layered the springs, otherwise they bend down too much. This one's the Trebuchet level, where there's a rock that's gonna come down and hit this. This guy's gonna fly up. And there's an achievement to do one of the levels from this world without using springs, so I thought of this way, where this is just braced against a counterweight, and this will behave as if it's a spring. You're gonna see when this guy hits this, these will just move up a bit to absorb some of the impact. I thought it was a nice workaround to not use any springs on this. Not the hardest achievement to get, but yeah. This one you cannot build below this line. You can only build in this box. So you have to build something that with springs that'll fall down so this guy can get across. Nice wheelie. This one, you have to make it so that your bridge doesn't get hit by the boat, but that when a car goes over it, the springs will let it drop into the boat. And having something over the top so that the two sides are connected is real nice, and I don't remember how long it took me to find out this optimal way to do the roads, but yeah, to not waste a bunch of money on extra springs like connecting here or something. I did go for budget on this one. This is still 7th. That's pretty good. This one, I think this was me just trying to beat the level first try, where I was just kind of trusting the devs, like, okay, if I make a road that goes straight across, essentially, this truck's carrying a thing with some static joints, and this guy's gonna go on a jump. I figured I trust the devs that when this guy's moving forward and this guy does his jump, since they go at the same time, that it'll just line up that this guy's supposed to catch that guy. And the rest of the bridge was just like way too much stuff to absorb stress, and it still got to like 90-some%. Bottom of 4%. Okay, custom shapes. So custom shapes, they didn't do much in Polybridge 2 with custom shapes, and this level's literally just a pure introduction. Like, this guy pushes a thing, and you're just gonna see, oh, he interacts with a thing. Most basic introduction to custom shapes. But we're gonna have some other ones. These are spinning. And you're supposed to find a way to get your car into one of the cups, and then it dumps it out onto the other side, onto a bridge. I didn't really want to, when I first played the level, didn't really want to figure out the timing, so I just built a bridge all the way across and was like, hopefully it works. And it did. Where, like, you know, he could show up to this a little later or a little earlier and still make it. And thankfully, when it's turning, it doesn't crush my bridge. He walks right out. And this one's kind of got a troll in it. This big line here, it says it's dynamic. What that means is it can move. And if you look real closely, there's a pin in it right here, so it can actually rotate around that point. It doesn't rotate this direction because there's a thing stopping it. So if you just build a bridge straight across, your guy's going and everything's fine, and then when you start getting to this side, this rotates up, your bridge rotates down, and you just go into the water. So you just put some weight on the other side, right? The car is only 5 polygrams. 2 roads is 3 polygrams. It's not going to rotate terribly fast. You could also make like if you make like a lopsided bridge, like a jump or something, so that the bridge is heavier on this side than it is on that side, that would also stop it from rotating. But this way, you get to see a little bit of the rotation at the end. Even bunks into it there. But we still make it. I believe this level's supposed to be the reference to Real Civil Engineer. the erected bridge. Just possibly. That's only top 4%? Wow, I have to do a lot better on that level. This one felt like one of the more unique levels. These things, they will collide with cars and with road, so you have to have gaps for them to stab. This thing's gonna rotate, and while it's rotating, it's gonna push this box down, and then when it rotates back up, it's gonna pull the box up. So we've got like this thing moving down and up in like a sine wave pattern. You don't want this car to run into these, or it'll, you know, put a lot of stress on your bridge. It's a very weird timing level. They go down, they go up. You have to get the car through quickly. So there were ways to save a bit more money on this, but if the car goes a bit slow, then this one comes back down and crushes it, and that's no good. Hey, look at that. I'm top 1%. This level's another pretty unique one. There's this big shape that's just floating there, and your car needs to get to this checkpoint all the way down here and then to the flag. And the way this shape works, you basically just have to play the level once to see what happens. Once your car gets to it, it starts falling. So you have to build something to keep your car there, or you'll just drive away, and then a bridge to get you the rest of the way there. And I think I made a stress solution. Let's see, the lowest stress, yeah. It only gets up to like 30, maybe when it hit up here. 41, right when it hit the thing. Where's that put me in stress? 3rd. Nice. Nice. In this level, both cars go at once, and there's this thing in the middle that they run into and play like tug-of-war or push-o-war. If you just make 2 bridges, one straight across, this car can overpower this car, like the horsepower is different, and this one's further down, so it's got more torque on the thing. Then you need to make your bridges really strong. So instead, I have this trapdoor thing and this road to slow this guy down. So he'll get slowed down while this one goes across. I'll push that out of the way. And then this guy goes. This type of bridge is actually pretty good at catching stuff, since it's so flexible. And he eventually makes it up the trapdoor. This was a budget solution, though I might have to grind it more. I don't know. No, it says I'm 4th. Maybe I'll go for better than that. This is another pretty unique level. I really think the devs should have tried to focus more on custom shapes, right? This is like, what, World 9 or something? And it's the first time we're getting the unique custom shape levels. A lot of these concepts could have been done much earlier. Basically, the way this works, these 4 are just rotating in a circle. I also think this level shouldn't have had other static joints. I think that would have been cool if everything had to be built on these. So your guy needs to go in through one of the openings, grab the checkpoint, and then go out through one of the openings. So I'm just trying to get him across really fast to just zoop right along, and there's a little catch at the end there. And he does a great wheelie. This level, I did see the budget solution, which was pretty hilarious. This level, you have one car, they just both move at the same time. And this custom shape is basically gluing them together, right? It's wrapped around their tail fin thingy, so they can't escape. So essentially it's one car that, when it's facing this way, moves to the right, and if this guy's on the ground, will move to the left instead. So the way you're supposed to do it is they fall off this cliff, and when they fall, they rotate onto the other car, and you have hydraulics pull this bridge down so they can then go back up the bridge. But instead, maybe the devs thought of this, I don't know. This thing is very top heavy. So if you put a little ramp, tries to climb the ramp, and then just falls over, and the other car is going the other way. And they go back to their flags. It feels so dumb, but so smart at the same time. Oh goodness, this is another level where there's this massive custom shape and then another thing here rotating that will make it go down and up and down and up, and your car has to grab this checkpoint. This one's like kind of a big pain, but some of the budget solutions are probably hilarious. So yeah, it rotates, you catch your dude, you bring him over to this. But once you've gotten that far, it's not too tough to build the rest of the bridge, but I imagine the budget solutions are going to be funny. This is a Jenga tower, you can see when you press play. And the point of this level, they kind of get you with a troll. You can just make a bridge like this, and it'll catch the pieces. They're not that heavy. But there's a wall here. So what happens to a lot of people, myself included, the first time you try to beat it, you push the tower falls, you push towards the flag and get like stuck because there's just too many pieces between you and this wall. So my solution, I just built a ramp so they can go over the wall. I think there's better ways to do it. I think they wanted you to not push the entire tower over. But normally about here, these would be up against the wall and you'd be stuck, but instead they're going up the ramp and we can get to our flag. So here they have, like, the mother of all custom shapes. There's a blue car with a wheel, so when he moves to the right, this wheel's gonna, like, when his wheels are spinning counterclockwise, they're gonna spin this one clockwise, and then it's hooked up to this one, so it'll spin clockwise, and this one's just idle, so it'll just follow what this one's doing. So we have small blue car, turns into, of course, the shape's blue, big blue car, and then this car, and they're just going at the same time. So you just need a bridge strong enough so that when they hit each other, it's fine. I did the super cop-out, just put a foundation where they hit each other. Not going for budget just yet, but yeah, that's like so free. And that's it for those three. So tomorrow will be the 4 sheep difficulty.